Searching for books and information. Have you ever wondered about World War II? I know I have, and my grandfather was in it, and I was looking at these medals, and I was wondering what they stood for, and I had to get the magnifying glass out because they were pretty old, and they were actually about the different campaigns he was in. And then I started to think, well, what roles did women have in World War II? And did they make any contributions? Were they spies? Were they engineers? And how did their role change as the war progressed? So that is what we are going to be looking at during this time. We're going to look at these tips, and is a term we're going to use. It's World War II and women. It narrows it down. It's going to only locate resources containing those keywords. Not World War II, not women. It's going to eliminate the information you do not want, such as you don't want the information about women. When you have the word or in there, it locates resources containing at least one of the key words, such as World War II or women. Now you have these modifiers. When you have the parentheses, it's looking for that exact phrase, dog specialist. Not dogs, not specialist, but dog specialist. This is known as a truncate or truncate or truncation. And what it does, it locates words or all words beginning with that root word. So if you have the C and the asterisk and the O, then it's going to be CEO, CTO, CFO. The parentheses are terms that are grouped together. It puts the relevant information first. Databases need to know. Databases are information about a topic. It's records, not records like you play on a record player, but it's a collection of related works. It's file collections of related works. A great example is if you were looking at dogs, hundreds, thousands of dogs, but if you're looking for miniature schnauzers, that narrows it down to just that related work. Not schnauzers, because you have more than one type. You have miniatures, you have standard, you have giants. So you're going to look specifically for miniature schnauzers because the databases house that information. It's sort of like a doghouse in a way. It holds the dogs or a dog compound. It's going to hold them in there so you can find which dog you want or which related work you want. Okay. We're going to be looking at destiny first. We're going to discover our destiny, trying to make it sort of catchy for you. We're going to use this section, and I will show you a different section as well. So if you're ready, we're going to hop on over there. So this is destiny. We're going to click on Westchester. Then we click in login just to make sure we're there. And there's our login, and I'll give that to you later. Now, one of the ways you can look for information is to go through the catalog. You can find this information by typing in the key search. So, such as World War II, and let's do the keyword. Now, it's going to be any material, and look at that. It's all this stuff about World War II. But we're not wanting just World War II. We actually want World War II with the United States and women. So we're going to go back to library search and see how you can type in any material. You can do an artifact, a book, a sound recording. You can do titles. You could do authors if you actually knew the author. But we're going to stick with the keywords. So we're going to type in World War II. And see how it says and code talkers? I just want to show you that. If I do that, then it just comes up with one book. You see that? So not very much. But we're going to go back, type in World War II and women, keyword, and there you go. You have the Girls of Atomic City, Rosie the Riveter, World War II spies. I mean, how cool is that? And this will help you because we're actually discussing the roles of women, how their roles changed. What did they do? Did they go back to work? Well, if we click on the detail, it's going to say, describe the many roles assumed by women in the U.S. after the country's entry into World War II. So that might be an interesting book you want to read. So you could add that to your list. Now let's go back. I want to try another one. World War II. I'm going to do in women, and I think I want to do and jobs. No such thing. So that was probably too broad. So we're going to refine it. About women jobs. Still, it's too broad. So let's try World War II or women roles. And there you go. It narrowed it down to 2 books. Now this is one way to do it. But what if you didn't have this option to go through this? And I only use the word and. I have not used or and but yet, but I will do that. So you could, if you're already on Destiny in this section, it's the same thing. You have books, ebooks, audios. You could type in your topic, World War II. If you didn't know the year, you can do your Roman numerals, type in search, and there's books, lots of books, 138, but we want to narrow that down. So I'm going to wait for it to stop spinning. And women. And again, it comes up with more things. Now you'll have to look at it and make sure that these are the right books for you, because some of these might be fiction books. They might not be what you need. If you go to this line right here, oh, look at that. Sweethearts of Rhythm, the story of the greatest. What is that? An all-girls swing band that performed across the country during World War II. Well, see, that's a role that they played. That might be a good book that you want to search for later. But let's go back to here. There's the and. You have your keyword. What if we typed in the word not, because we talked about that. Let's see if it gets rid of it. It didn't really get rid of it, did it? It stayed there. Okay. Let's try or. I changed it to 10. Do you see that? Now this book might not be what you need because it's 250 years of poetry, so it's going through the year or through that time period of World War II. Now I want to show you a different database. So I'm typing in my user ID, and I'll give you the password later for this, but that's how you log in, because we already have the database, the website pulled up for you, and you're going to go to the different categories. Do you see this is sort of basic? You're going to go to database, and you have Britannica, Escalar, Britannica Image Quest, School. If you click on Britannica Image Quest, it's only going to give you images. Now the images might be nice if you're looking for something in particular to jazz up your presentation. See, gives you some nice little graphics, but we're not going to stick with that. We're going to go back to our database, and you have Gale. You have the high school, opposing viewpoints. You have all of these different ones. We want the U.S. history. That is the one we're going to click on. Now this database, you're going to go right here, type in World War II. And if you noticed, it came up with 2,754 references. Well, oh my gosh, that is too many for me, because that's going to be a ton of things to look for when we're trying to find women and their roles, World War II and the United States. So let's go do the advanced search. There's those and, or, and not. So type in World War II. Okay, I'm going to click on, leave it at and, click on women, and I'm just going to do a search. It narrowed it down to 321. So you have references, you have videos, biographies. So that's slimming it down. That's going to be a little bit easier. But you know what? You may want to try to slim it down some more. So let's try slimming it down. Go back to an advanced search. So I've typed in World War II. I'm going to type in women. I'm going to type in their roles. And look at it, says roles including responsibility. And now I have 39 books. I don't have quite as many to read. There's the biographies again. And there's the references and magazines. Let's go back to advanced search. I just want to show you one thing. Let's just see what comes up there, okay? So I have the or, I changed it up. And it popped it up to 2,619. Holy cow. Let's look. Okay. Now we've got, let's see what else we could do. Let's say not roll. Let's see what happens then. Narrows it down to 286. So as you can see, you can play around with this and find the one you want. But I'm going to go back to that. I'm also going to change this to United States. Just see what happens. And it pops it up to 151. Well, I think I'm going to leave it here because I'm going to show you another cool trick. We are back on the advanced search. I'm going to Topic Finder. And this is basically your topic finder, sort of generic. Right now they're showing you science. But if you typed in and women, click on this, and you've got tiles and wheels. Look at that. Women, history, comfort women, Second World War, United States. It goes into more things. And here, you have the United States, go into the yard as a worker, not as a woman, Oregon women during World War II, a digital exhibit. You have all those neat things. Then you have the wheel, and you can click on the wheel and find some more information. Okay, but look at that. It's World War II and women. We may want to see if we can narrow that down some. And look at that. It gives you some more specific things. Did you see that? Look at the tile one. Let's see. And see the tile one. It's United States. It's a bigger tile. See? Isn't that pretty cool? So as you can see, you have a click sheet to help you to narrow your research for the destiny. You will also have a click sheet to try Mackin. Don't stop cracking until you try Mackin. So I will pass these out and give them to you later. And I'm also going to run this off as well. And this is going to show you what these tile topic finders can do and how it can help you focus in, zoom in on that topic, on the roles of women in the United States. Did it change? Did they get more jobs? Did they enter the job force? Did they leave the job force? That is something that you're going to start researching. Now, remember, databases, they're used for information about a topic. It's related fields. It's a collection of related works. I gave you an example how, if you're looking at dogs, there's a lot of them. If you're looking at a dog compound, there's a lot of them. But you're looking for one thing in specific. You're going to look for miniature Schnauzers. You're not going to look at the Dobermans and at the Great Danes. You just want the one type. Now, the conclusion is Destiny. It retrieves magazines, websites, kits, and its books and databases on a specific content. Once you find that topic, then you can find your books or articles to go with it. Mackinvia sort of gives you an overview of all these qualities. The style and the formality is of a formative text, and it helps you with specific topics, especially when you're using those wheels and tiles. So what I want you guys to do now is I want you to write down 2 things you want to research about the women. What did they do? That's a good option. What were their roles? Did they influence it? Did their roles change? Did they stay static? What exactly happened with women during World War II? And I have shown you how to locate that information. I think you're going to do a great job. And if you need any help, you can always come get me. I will be standing here monitoring all of you. And I love how some of you are already getting with your buddy and talking about what you want to do. I can't wait to see what you're doing next.